You cannot trust Bitcoin right now with what you are seeing happening in the charts. I will show you exactly what the next steps are, how I'm going to trade this, and how we will profit off this exactly as we did 2 days ago. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in here on this Tuesday today. I almost said Wednesday. We jump directly in the charts because I have something to do later. Here on the DXY, you can see that everything came into fruition that we were talking about, that we went here a little bit up and now are back at the 100 points level, which will break over the next couple of days without any doubt in my mind. And that will, of course, then lead again to easing in the crypto market, which will result in prices going back to the upside. So when we're looking at Bitcoin here on the weekly chart, the weekly chart is not looking that pretty right now with the current candle, but this is not really doing anything to me personally, because next week we could still get here a candle to the upside, get into new all-time high. There was also what I told you a couple of days ago, that this is definitely here a potential outcome, or even that the current candle is the one that is going all the way up here to the 2.618 level before the stochastic will turn around and start to be bearish, and the RSI also will continue the bearish movement here into lower levels. On the 15-minute time frame, we have lost point of control, which is in the short term a bearish sign, and also the VPVR cluster here, the biggest one that we have here on the 15 minutes chart. We need to reclaim $105,400 to get the continuation, but the good thing is that we are potentially starting here a bounce now with the stochastic bottoming out, the RSI pointing to the upside, and also the MACD showing signs of a potential fake out down here on the sell side, and will also turn around here in the next potentially 1 to 2 hours. Go into the higher time frames, the 1 hourly chart. We got here a breakout out of that ascending triangle. We also hit our price target in that trade setup that I had here at $106,800. That was our target, so congratulations to everybody that was able to catch the trade and made money off that. There's more to come, guys. Afterwards, we got a harsh rejection, which was not a big surprise to me. I mentioned that also in the last video, that I said we're gonna get up here, gonna get a rejection, come down, gonna clear all the liquidity that's there, and then go straight back up. So, and this is what we are experiencing here right now. So, but again, we ran into resistance close to $107,000. From there, we are currently pulling back. We could pull back as low as $103,500 in my opinion, potentially even a little bit lower than that. But then it's finally time to go up here. It would be not the worst, because we would still put in higher lows along the way here on the lower time frames. On the 4-hourly chart, the MDX ALGO scalp gradients, there I warned you recently when we got here this reversal indication, and then also straight afterwards the sell tag, while the reactor indicator was still going to the upside here. But I told you this is something where we need to start paying attention. The price action was heating up, so now we are still in a pinkish phase, I would say. So here's still continuation possible in my opinion. Like I said, to $113,000 approximately, but I also don't want to rule out that the next move is first down here to $102,500 before we then see that major move here to the upside, just to shake out the last bit of people that tried to long here the recent move and came in too late. Also shake out a lot of people in the altcoin market because they pulled already a bunch back. So just to squeeze everybody out, that could be something that we could still see, that we go here $2,000 lower before we get, and then that bounce to the upside. I still believe that this will be a major fake out based on the liquidity level. So either we start bouncing from here back to the upside to like $108,000, where we potentially get again a small pullback to $105,000, or as I just said, we go down, take out the high leverage liquidity on the long side, like I just mentioned, everybody that came too late, all the way down to $102,000 approximately, and then reverse back to the upside with a double bottom, bull flag formation, falling wedge formation, something like that. If you want to trade, guys, these trades with me together, then definitely sign up on Blowfin. There you get the first spin here on the lucky wheel for free. You get potentially 1.2 Bitcoin, which is over $120,000 with one single spin, guys. So, and as I mentioned before, you will become part of something which I haven't done for the last 5 years. I have neglected it. I will start doing it again from next week onwards. So, but you need a Blowfin account with at least $50 in it. So if you want to be part of that, sign up, deposit $50, and I'm gonna automatically then have something where you can reach out to me and say, hey, I did this, and then you're gonna get the link to be part of that. So, but you need a Blowfin account for that. So make use of that, sign up, spin the wheel, get something here. Like I said, potentially 1.2 Bitcoin, and be part of something really, really amazing next week onwards. The link is in the pinned comment below and in the description. So now go to the liquidation heat map. Also here, I just refreshed it earlier. The highest area with concentrated liquidity is at $107,600 approximately right now. So we will definitely come up here on the long side. We should not neglect that also all the way down here is now a bunch of liquidity that could be taken out first, all the way here to $102,000 before we get then the move here to the upside. And that would just give us the fuel that we actually need to push through that level and move into a new all-time high. When we go to the total free market cap, nothing has changed here. We're still in this falling wedge pattern, so we need to be here maybe another day or two patient before we get that breakout. And in that time, altcoins can massively suffer and the Bitcoin dominance continue to go back up here into that resistance area before we see then that turnaround that we are waiting for here. So most likely, so there's just a theory right now, but it looks like it. We have here another bearish rising wedge in a smaller version that might be about to break here to the downside. So, but we're gonna know by tomorrow or after tomorrow. All my altcoin trades, guys, are still happening on Bybit. So if you want to trade altcoins, that I'm gonna show you now here in a second. And some of the trades were actually amazing already. Then use the link in the pinned comment below and in the description. Get up to $30,000 worth of bonuses, a Bybit debit card if you can get it in your country, and a $500 free airdrop position. So make use of it while you can, because that is not lasting forever, the $500 airdrop position. And especially when the market is down, you want to take advantage of that. Now with Ethereum, that falling wedge pattern, or the bull flag, you could also say to that, broke out here, but now we are retesting the downward sloping trend line. I would wait for a bounce here, which looks good here on the 12-hourly time frame, with the stochastic being oversold, RSI going down, I think even creating a bullish divergence here, bullish divergence, and the MACD losing momentum on the buy side, on the sell side. So everything is pointing to the fact that we are most likely getting here a bounce anytime soon over the next 48 hours in my opinion. Here the trade setup has not changed. The entry is at $2,570 with the price target at $3,350 with a stop loss at $2,420. Solana, that trade up here, you can technically still wait for that. So, but the better trade setup would be down here from that support area where we just dipped slightly below and then turned back up, because also on the 4-hourly chart, everything looks like that we are getting here now continuation to the upside. The RSI is slightly turning around. The stochastic showing indecision, the same like the MACD, but this is based on that we're currently trading in a sandwiched support and resistance zone over here. And once that is cleared, we're going to get a leg to the upside. So you might get lucky and get here again a chance to enter the $162 to $164 before we go all the way up to around $200. Then SUI. Also here, I lowered the entry a little bit to $3.88. Here, I want to see actually a 12-hourly chart. Yeah, so the 12-hourly chart also points to massive upside here in the coming days. You have here also a small falling wedge pattern. If you draw that like this here, maybe if I adapt it a little bit more, it's more like a parallel channel. Yeah, so this is more like a parallel channel. So, but here we are on top of the EMA ribbon, which is definitely bullish as long as we are not breaking here below $3.72. And once we're breaking above $3.88, you can definitely enter this to trade this into $4.47. Then one coin that actually surprised me a little bit over the last couple of days was AAVE. We spoke about this 2 days ago. I said when we come back here into that box, get in, because then it's going to take off, and that's exactly what happened. So I hope you were able to catch that trade with us together, because from that top side of the box until now we are up 20%, even a little bit more. And also here I see continuation on the daily chart with the stochastic having printed a buy signal to the upside, continuation on the MACD, and the RSI is okay. The RSI is slightly overbought, but not insanely overbought yet, so there is potentially another move all the way up to around $290, $300 in the cards over the next couple of days in my opinion. So what could potentially happen here is that we are going to see some consolidation here, going sideways, maybe sideways down, and then you get another huge candle to the upside, maybe pierce even through 300, but the candle will close below, consolidate again below that, and then we're going to get the proper move above that. So you have definitely ample time every single time to get into a trade here for that next major impulse move to the upside. Guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and see you with more money tomorrow.